Hey guys, this is Captain Fruit reporting for duty, and today I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man Friend or Foe for the PlayStation 2. Hi everyone, all you Spider fans! If you did not know, I've been on a crusade to play catch up and clear some of the superhero games out of my ever-growing backlog. And in that goal, I've been putting a large focus on the Spider-Man games. We have a new Spider-Man game coming out soon, and I want to be ready for it. Yeah, sure I can play the new one when it comes out, but from all the great things I heard about the last one on Sony, that Sony Spider-Man game, that everyone gives, glowing reviews, well, it's still on my shelf unplayed because I'm afraid that if I play it now, it's going to ruin the experience of playing the older Spider-Man games. Yeah, those old games that we have to dig out. Well, you know what? I like old games, so that was okay. While some of those Spider-Man games have aged like a fine wine, some of those other Spider-Man games have aged like your mom on a weekend drinking bender and getting pounded by an NFL football team. Damn! While I've played and beat some of the portable Spider-Man games, I'm putting my focus here on the console games. For this review, I'm reviewing the PlayStation 2 version of the game, but I do hear that often they're very similar. Spider-Man Friend or Foe is an action-adventure brawler that's developed by Next Level Games and published by Activision. Sure, it started out with a unique idea that Spider-Man would battle a horde of mysterious foes with the help of other Marvel Universe enemies. Yeah, your own enemies. Well, it's a pretty cool concept, because instead of fighting those foes, you fight them, and then they actually team up with you after you defeat them. So yeah, you get to beat an enemy, team up with them, and use them afterwards. Pretty cool concept. The game starts off with Spider-Man as he's being drafted by none other than Colonel Nick Fury. Yeah, the classic Colonel Nick Fury. And Spider-Man's brought aboard that helicarrier for a brief briefing. Yeah, brief briefing. How you like that? He's informed that there's someone using symbiote-soaked meteorite shards. I think of something else when I hear shards, but that's okay. Maybe it's because of my age. So these shards are using to control the minds of supervillains. This makes an interesting concept that we haven't seen in other Spider-Man games, because as you defeat a villain, you later on get to use them. And it's pretty cool because the villain wants to get even with the person that took control of them. So I do like that concept. The game takes Spider-Man to several exotic locales, such as Nepal and Tokyo, which is really cool, but unfortunately the level design doesn't add much to that. It doesn't take advantage of those areas. Oddly, this new interesting dynamic concept sounds great on paper, but unfortunately it falls short often in its execution. Even with the interesting concept and fun art style, with the promise of lively team-based brawling experiences, it becomes very clear that this game, Spider-Man Friend or Foe, is little more than a mindless churn. Yeah, it's a button masher. As you play, the faults of this game become increasingly clear. One of the problems is there are basically just 3 types of enemies: a small, a medium, and a large. And throughout every level of the game, they behave the same exact way with very little differences. So as the level progresses from level to level, you get a different environment, and the enemies change to the environment, but they're the same. And what do you mean they change but they're same? Well, they don't get any smarter, they don't get any more aggressive, they don't get more powerful, and it ends up being just a repeat, and a boring slog. There's no difficulty setting in this game as well, so you're stuck with the level of challenge that the game initially offers, which doesn't give you any replayability. Part of the problem that makes this game stale is that the structure of every level is exactly the same way in which it works. You go to a location, your path will be blocked, enemies will spawn, you will beat down the enemies, then the path will be clear, and then you repeat the process over and over again. In order to add more to the game, you're expected to collect secrets and unlock multiplayer arenas, but you can easily find most of them by just walking around, and they're pretty simple. Really, you just see them on your way, so it's not hard. I found by the time I got done playing all the standard game levels that I had no desire to play the multiplayer arenas at all, much like how I'm done with your mom after the weekend. Now you might be asking, Captain Frugal, what about the multiplayer? Well, here's the thing. Frienderful offers very little in that department as well. There's no online multiplayer, which is not a big deal to me, because I love couch co-op, but the Battle Arena mode doesn't really offer much either. Here lies the problem in this game. It has lots of interesting and great concepts, but it's repetitive. It's continuously boring, and each time you leave the helicarrier to go and play a level, you're going to pick a partner to fight with you, which sounds cool. You start with the Prowler, and as you go you unlock more characters, and so this seems like it would be great, but the characters you get don't really add anything too special to the game as well. Yeah, you'd think that adding these new characters would make it a lot more fun to play. Sure, using a character's special power is cool, absolutely, but in general you can only use that special power like one time per stage, so it really doesn't add much. Throughout the game as you play, you'll have in-game currency of tech tokens. These are little glowing orbs, if you will, that will bust out of things as you break like rocks and crates, things of that nature. And you'll use those to spend on upgrades to upgrade your character at the helicarrier. But to be fair, the game is so easy you don't even really need those upgrades. Spider-Man Friend or Foe seemed like a great concept, and that it could be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it ended up being a lazy attempt cash grab using the concept of being able to use Spider-Man's foes to capture our attention. The game is obviously geared towards younger players. So, you may go, then why are you being so hard on this game? Well, here's the thing. Since it's geared at younger players, I grabbed my son Little Frugal and had him play with me. And within just minutes, he also found the game to be repetitive and boring and didn't want to continue playing it. Yeah, the game has some good. It's interesting to see the special hero attacks, or villains, but they just don't add much. The cinematics are silly and fun, and dare I say they add a little charm to the game. The voice acting is pretty decent as well.
Hang on, I'm getting good at this part. You were being mind controlled, but I totally saved you. And now you're gonna offer to help me find out who did this to you.
Where am I?
Okay, so you were being mind controlled, but I totally saved you.
The music in the game is ho-hum, nothing that I would listen to in a car or anything.
All right.
Spider-Man Friend or Foe can become tedious very quickly. It's not a game that I would see myself going back again and again for more replayability. To be honest, I don't even see myself going back to play it a second time. While it's not terrible, it's far from a great game. Nothing that I'd say you'd have to run out and get. My view may not be as popular as your mom on the weekend.
Damn!
But I would give this game a 6 out of 10 shields. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you don't mind, leave a comment below. Have you ever played this game? What are your thoughts on this game? If you want to help out this channel too, we have a Patreon, we have a Subscribe Star, or we even have Frugal merch where you can buy Captain Frugal merch. You can see all that information in the description. But one of the best ways you can help is just leave your comments, share with us, and build the community. All right, well, thank you for your time, and until next time, keep it frugal.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Venom, and, well, we're sort of related. If you're after him, I'd better help.